Alright guys, picture this. Down in the deepest, darkest depths of his mom's basement lived a legend. Or, well, a legend in his own mind. His name was Zander Blaze, and he called himself the greatest gamer in the entire universe. Was it true? Honestly, no one had ever bothered to check. His kingdom was a fortress of empty pizza boxes, towers of energy drink cans. His throne was a slightly broken gaming chair with a mysterious stain he refused to talk about. From this epic seat, he ruled over digital worlds, convinced he was a gaming god among mere mortals. He was the king of his own little, slightly smelly castle. Zander's life was a simple loop. Wake up, usually around noon, grab a handful of crisps for breakfast. Dive straight into the latest game. Today's battlefield was Fortnite. He was doing so well, racking up victory royales like it was nothing. But then, disaster struck. He was just one opponent away from a glorious win when out of nowhere he got sniped. The screen flashed. You placed number 2. Second place, that was basically the same as last place. He wasn't a number 2 kind of guy. He was a number 1, always and forever. The rage was building, guys. You know that feeling, right? It started as a low grumble and then exploded.
No!
He slammed his fists on his desk, rattling his collection of dusty figurines. In a moment of pure, unfiltered gamer rage, he threw his arms up in frustration. This was a massive mistake. His elbow knocked over a giant 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew Code Red. It was a slow-motion tragedy. The sticky, bright red liquid cascaded all over his brand new, super fancy RGB keyboard. The keyboard had been glowing with a beautiful rainbow pattern just moments before, then began to flicker like crazy. It sizzled, it popped, it fizzed. The lights went haywire, flashing colors he'd never seen before. The mix of electricity and pure, concentrated sugar was apparently a recipe for interdimensional travel. A strange, humming sound filled the room, growing louder and louder until it was almost deafening. This was definitely not supposed to happen. Suddenly, the fizzing keyboard erupted in a blinding flash of light. A swirling, glowing portal, the exact color of Code Red, appeared right above his desk. It hummed with a weird energy, pulling at everything in the room. Loose, crisp packets, socks, one of his old controllers. Zander tried to hold onto his desk, but the pull was too strong. Whoa, whoa, whoa. With one final massive whoosh, Zander Blaze was pulled headfirst into the glowing gateway. The trip was wild, like the craziest roller coaster you could ever imagine. Flashing colors, a distinct smell of artificial cherry. He tumbled through a tunnel of light, stream of code visuals, weird shapes, and hearing what sounded like old dial-up internet noises. Then, just as suddenly as it started, it stopped. He landed with a soft thump on really, really green grass. He blinked, trying to get his eyes to focus. The sky was a perfect blue. The clouds looked like they were made of cotton candy. Everything seemed pixelated. Before he could even figure out where he was, a crowd of people appeared. They were all dressed in fantasy armor and flowing robes. They were all staring right at him. An old man with a long white beard stepped forward, his eyes wide with wonder. It is him! The legends were true! The chosen Alpha Gamer Prince has arrived! The crowd erupted in cheers. They were all bowing and chanting his name. Zander! 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 Zander just stood there, completely confused. Prince? Chosen One? He was just a guy who lived in a basement. They presented him with a sword. But guys, this was no ordinary sword. It was shaped exactly like a giant glowing video game controller, with a D-pad for a hilt and joysticks sticking out the sides. It felt strangely familiar in his hands. Zander, trying to look cool, gave it a little swing. Nothing happened.
How do you turn it on?
You must speak the ancient words of power, my prince.
Instantly, the controller sword lit up with a brilliant golden light, humming with energy. The crowd went absolutely wild. Being the chosen Alpha Gamer Prince was cool and all, but even the best players need a solid squad to back them up, right? The Kingdom, which he learned was called Pixelvania, assigned him a team of heroes to help him on his quest.
Poggers to meet you, Prince Zander.
Her name was Kat, and she communicated almost entirely through Twitch emotes.
Zander Senpai, it is an honor to finally meet you. I have studied all of your legends.
To defeat the final boss, you must embrace the cringe. The path to victory is paved with cheese dust and bold flavors.
Every great game needs a great villain. In Pixelvania, that villain was someone Zander knew, his old online rival, the one who had sniped him in that fateful Fortnite match, Dark Sniper 69.
Well, Zander Noob Blaze, still in your mom's basement?
Dark Sniper 69 wasn't alone. He had an army, not orcs, not goblins, not skeletons. An army of TikTok dancers, hundreds, perfectly synchronized, marching and performing viral dances, renegade to flank enemies. Woe as a battle cry. Their goal, spread cringe across Pixelvania. He built the For You page fortress, a twisting tower blasting terrible music 24/7. It's hard to sword fight when your opponent does a perfect orange justice in your face. Zander had to stop him. This was personal. Dark Sniper 69 had sniped him in Fortnite.
All right, Dark Sniper. You may have the cringe, but I have the skills. And a talking Dorito. Let's do this.
The final showdown was inevitable. Time for the Alpha Gamer Prince to face the Cringe Lord. The final battle took place at the very top of the For You page fortress.
So you made it. Ready to get wrecked, noob?
It's over, Dark Sniper. Your cringe ends today, GE.
Their duel was legendary. Sparks flew as Zander's GG EZ-powered sword clashed with Dark Sniper's dual-wielded selfie sticks.
You can't defeat me! My cringe is too powerful. He summoned his elite guard, the Hype House Knights. The Hype House Knights did a synchronized dance. It almost made Zander drop his sword.
He needed a new strategy. He needed something bigger, something more powerful than cringe.
Embrace the ultimate move, Prince Zander. Unleash the power of the OG dance.
You think your dances are strong? You've seen nothing yet.
He took a deep breath and began to swing his arms and hips. He was doing the floss. This wasn't just any floss. The most epic floss. The most powerful floss. The most perfectly executed floss the universe had ever seen. The ground began to shake with the sheer force of his moves. Magical Wi-Fi activated all around them. Floating screens appeared in the sky, broadcasting Zander's epic dance to every corner of the kingdom. Everyone in Pixelvania stopped what they were doing and watched, mesmerized. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 solid minutes of non-stop high-speed flossing.
No, it's too legendary. The algorithm can't handle it.
With a final dramatic floss, Dark Sniper 69 and his entire army exploded into a shower of sparkly digital confetti. Zander had won. He had flossed evil out of existence. A little bit of rage, a lot of Mountain Dew, the greatest dance move ever created.